Father lifted me to the buggy seat, and as he did, Peggy went to her mother and hugged her, wrapping her arms around the little one, too, who began to wail. "Want my Peg!" the little girl cried, holding out her arms, but by then Father was helping Peggy up into the seat beside him. Mrs. Stoltz said, "Be sure to give Nellie our love." Then she hushed the little girl and turned away. At a window of the house, I saw a curtain move aside and a face appeared. Then a hand pressed against the glass. I thought Peggy ought to know. I nudged her and pointed to the window. "That's Jacob," Peggy explained to me, the first words I heard her say. She waved to the face in the window, and after a moment the curtain dropped back, and the boy disappeared behind it. There was a Jacob in my school, a 4th grader, and I wondered if it was the same boy. Farm children came into town for school, some of them, until they left to work the farms or, as Peggy, to hire out. "How old is he? Does he go to school?" I asked, as the horses started up and Father clucked at them and turned them into the road. I felt shy with Peggy. She was new to me. She shook her head. "Just turned 13, she said. "He don't go to school. He never could. He's touched." Touched in the head, she meant. I had heard the phrase before, had never known exactly what it meant, but it didn't feel polite to ask anything more. As we moved at a trot down the road and the Stoltz house disappeared behind us, I thought of the boy's face through the window and the way he had slowly raised his hand to say goodbye to his big sister. I liked Peggy, liked feeling her beside me as we jiggled together in the buggy, behind the horses eager for home and oats. She was solid and warm, and she smelled good like soap and garden earth. I saw her hands in her lap and could see that they were shaped and hardened by work. There was a new scratch, pink and ragged, across the back of her right hand, and I touched it without thinking. She smiled. "Kitten," she said. It meant no harm. Many of the families in our neighborhood had hired girls. They came in from the farms, leaving their large families behind with one less mouth to feed, usually in fall after helping with the harvest. They moved into attic rooms, doing the housework and laundry, helping mothers with new babies. They were accustomed to cold bedrooms and hard work. Indoor plumbing was new to many of the hired girls. Some of them didn't stay long. They met town boys and married or saved their money for secretarial school and went off to better themselves. Peggy's sister Nell lived next door in the bishop's attic. I saw her every day in the yard hanging up the laundry to dry. She helped Mrs. Bishop take care of Laura Paisley, who was lively and curious and into everything now that she was 2. When I went to play with Austin, Nell pushed the mop through our toys, pretending she was going to mop us up. She was strong and pretty, with a great halo of bright red hair, and Austin said she made them all laugh. But I heard Mrs. Bishop tell Mother that she was afraid Nell would leave them. She had just turned 16, but she had ambitions, Mrs. Bishop said, as if ambitions meant measles, something we should not try to catch. Peggy seemed quieter, more serious, and even her hair was a subdued brown, with none of the flamboyance of her sisters. Mother greeted her and showed her around the house. I followed behind, not wanting to be left out. I had already helped Mother tidy the little bedroom Peggy would have on the 3rd floor, and I watched to see if she would appreciate the quilt I had chosen for her bed, a pink and white one that matched the colors in the flowered curtains. I could see that Peggy liked her room. Mother went downstairs, but I stayed and watched while she opened her bag and put her things away. She didn't have a lot. She hung 2 dresses in the old wardrobe and put a Bible and a hairbrush on the dresser. "Look through the window," I told her. "See over there, the next house?" She looked where I was pointing. "That's the bishop's house, and your sister's room is there through the maple tree. When the leaves are gone, you'll be able to see Nell's window." "Really? I'll see Nellie's window? Peggy smiled at the thought. My sister and me, we had a room together at home till she left. Did you miss her when she went? Peggy nodded. But she was wild to go. She wanted desperately to be in town. She wanted to go to the pictures. The pictures? I started to giggle. Have you ever been? Peggy said no. But Nell did. A fella took her once. She saw Mary Pickford. She tried to fix her hair like that. She rolled it up in rags, and it made curls. But they didn't last. My mother said she was foolish. I thought of Nell's hair, thick and flame-bright, always pinned back as she did the housework, but somehow untidy still.